Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Auto AI Learners. I am Naresh Kumar and back with another interesting video today. We are going to discuss how to fine tune OpenAI model. So before jumping into fine tuning, let me explain what is fine tuning, why do we need to use fine tuning, what problems fine tuning is going to solve, and as well as what disadvantages fine tune is having. Then I will take you to the OpenAI platform. There I will fine tune one OpenAI model and I will use n8n to test how our fine tuned model is performing. Let's jump into the video. So, alright guys. So what is fine tuning? Fine tuning is a process of giving extra knowledge to already trained data. Right. So let me take you to the scribble pad and explain you how traditionally these LLMs works. Let's say how traditional LLMs work. User asks a query, right? Query goes to LLM and LLM processes your query and then gives you response. Correct. This is how all traditional LLMs works, but there is a problem in this approach. First problem is LLM doesn't know your proprietary data. Proprietary data. What does it mean? It means LLMs are trained with publicly available data. They don't know any knowledge about your proprietary data or your organizational data. Correct. And second problem is every LLM has knowledge cutoff. Knowledge cutoff. What does it mean? It means every LLM has trained with some data till certain date. Correct. So let's say OpenAI has released their first model in November 2022. It means that model doesn't have any knowledge about whatever the events happened after 2022. Right. To solve these problems, we have to use fine tuning. We have to use fine tuning. Right. In simple words, if you want to say, let's say a college student got placed in an organization, right? So he already learned something in college. Even though he has the knowledge, once he entered into organization arranges a training to him. Correct. So this training we can call it as a fine tuning. It means he already have knowledge and you are giving extra knowledge on your organizational data. So this is called fine tuning, right? There are different kinds of fine tuning methods are available, right? So first type of fine tuning is, let me write it over here. The first type is full fine tuning. Full fine tuning, right? So this is the process where we update all model parameters, right? And it requires a high large data set. Because we are trying to update all the model parameters, we need large data set so that this full fine tuning works perfectly. Where we can use let's say you are fine tuning a model for a domain specific, let's say medical domain specific, right? There are a lot of terms and lot of regulations are available in medical domain which general model may not be aware of. Correct. In this fine tuning full fine tuning process, it will give all your regulatories and as well as it will give all your domain specific knowledge and terms to the model so that it acts well for that particular domain. Correct. Right. So what are the disadvantages of this? So since you are updating all the all the parameters in the models, it requires high computational power and as well as large data set. Right. Then second type is parameter efficient fine tuning. Parameter efficient fine tuning. Simply you can call it as a PEFT. Parameter efficient fine tuning. So the only difference for full fine tuning and parameter fine tuning is here you don't update all model parameters. Instead, you will create a new layer, a new data layer to the model. And when your data set is very limited or less, so that you can adapt PEFT. So PEFT having again different techniques. The most popular technique is LoRA and as well as Q LoRA. So low rank adaptation and quantized low rank adaptation. Correct. And the third thing is instruction fine tuning. The third one is instruction fine tuning, where you give data in an instruction format. It means question answer format to the model, so that model trained with your new instruction data. Correct. The fourth type is DPO, data preference optimization. Data preference optimization. So what did it do in DPO? It is similar to instruction fine tuning. Only thing is, in instruction fine tuning, we will provide only the question answer pair data to the model. In DPO, we will provide question good answer as well as bad answer, right? So we are passing three kinds of data. One is question, one is good answer, and one is bad answer, so that model learns it should not pick bad answer, it has to pick good answer over bad answer. Correct. And then fifth one is RLHF, reinforcement learning with human feedback, right? Where for every model answer, we will give the reward, and then model at over time it runs what are the good answers and what are the bad answers. Correct. So these are the currently mostly widely used fine tuning methods. Right. Now let me quickly take you to the OpenAI platform, and then we will see how to do a DPO fine tuning to the any OpenAI model. Right. Let's open OpenAI platform. For that, you need to open your browser, go to platform.openai.com. Right. So if you didn't log in, go to the login section and then log into the platform. Since I have already logged in, I can see this kind of interface. Right. So go to the dashboard, and then left side you can see the fine tuning section. So click on fine tuning. Right. Once you click on fine tuning, you can see this kind of interface. If you are opening the first time, you may not see this kind of interface. It may be empty and with create button. Since I have already did a couple of experiments to fine tune, so some of experiments are failed and some are got succeed. So that is why this is listing these many fine tuned models. Let me do one thing. Let me create a new fine tuning job from the scratch. For that, what we need to do, find the create button over here, click on create. So it will give you three options. One is supervised fine tuning. We can also call it as instruction fine tuning. Second one is direct preference optimization, what we have discussed earlier. Simple difference between supervised and direct preference optimization is, in supervised fine tuning, we only pass the answers in our data set. In DPO, we pass two types of answers. One is good answer and one is a bad answer. I'll show you how data set looks like. And then they are also giving reinforcement fine tuning, which we also discussed in the earlier. Correct. So for this video, I am going to select DPO. So just select DPO option. Then you need to select base model, right? So what is base model? Base model is which model you want to train. OpenAI has so many models with it, right? It has GPT 3.5, it has 4.0 mini, it has 4.1, it has GPT 5 and etc. Correct. So you have to select one base model. For this DPO, currently only limited models are available. You can see over here, you can fine tune either GPT 4.1 Nano or GPT 4.1 Mini or GPT 4.1, which is released on 14th April and 2025, right? In GPT-O series, they have a GPT-4o one model is available. So currently they are 3.5 turbo is not available for the DPO fine tuning. Let's say if you select supervised fine tuning, so you can see even the turbo models also available for the fine tuning. Correct. So they are restricting for DPO, they are restricting 3.5 turbo as well as GPT-5 models to be fine-tuned. Correct. So let me select DPO again and then select a base model. Basically, you can select any base model. For this, let me select GPT 4.1 mini. Correct. Now, what you have to enter, you need to enter some suffix, right? So let's say I'm doing some experiment, right? I can give my experiment name. So currently I will give this name as a test auto. Test auto. You can give any name, whatever you want. Seed you can leave as it is because random by default it will select one, and the rest all options you can give it as a default values. Then it will ask you to upload training data. Upload training data. See, they are expecting .jsonl file from you, right? So let me quickly walk you through what is this JSONL file and how it looks like. So I'm going to my Visual Studio where you can see my JSONL files, right? So this is the file I have created for my dataset. I have created 25 JSON objects. Let me take one JSON object and clearly explain you what this data, what key and key pairs it has contained, right? So copy it. I'll go to JSON editor. JSON editor. Let me paste over here. All right. So you can see that I am passing one input. Inside input object, I am passing messages array. In that, I have couple of roles. First role is system role, and content I am telling that you are friendly assistant knowledgeable about the Auto AI Learners YouTube channel. Then role user. Let's say user content is what is the Auto AI Learners YouTube channel about. Then I have a tools array. Tools array I have passed empty because for this I am not giving any tool access to the LLM. In case if you want to use any tool access, required any tool access, you have to provide tool access inside this array. And parallel tool calls, since my tools is empty array, so I'm giving parallel tool calls as a false. If you have a couple of tools and you are required parallel tool calls, then in that case you can select parallel tool calls as a true. Correct. Then preferred output I am giving. So assistant should respond such a way that Auto AI Learners is a YouTube channel focused on practical AI automation tutorials, including n8n workflows, OpenAI agents, RAG systems, and then etc. And I am also giving a non-preferred output. Non-preferred output I have provided. It's a YouTube channel about AI. Right. This is my non-preferred output and this is my preferred output. It means this is the good answer and this is the bad answer. So I am explaining to the model that always prefer preferred output over non-preferred output. If it is instruction fine tuning, we don't give non-preferred output, we give only one output to the model, right? So you can see that all my JSONL file is having 25 JSON objects. Every JSON object is following similar structure. There will be a system role, there will be a content for the system, and then there will be a user role, there will be a content for the user, and then there will be a tools section. Tool section always everywhere I have given empty because for this training data I don't require any tool to be accessed, right? And then I have preferred output for assistant role, preferred output, and as well as non-preferred output. So every object having similar structure, and make sure every object follows similar structure, otherwise OpenAI will reject your JSONL file, right? So let me upload this JSONL file in my OpenAI platform. Go here, select upload a file or drag drop your file, then give that auto JSONL. This is the file I have showed you now. Select it. Once you select, click on create. Once you click on create, you can see over here, it will try to validate your files first. It means whatever JSONL file you uploaded, it will validate whether it is following a particular structure or not. How do you find this uh, particular structure, whether it is following or not. For that, what you need to do, go to docs section and then find out fine tuning docs, right? So let me select file inputs, evaluation, fine tuning. You can find over here fine tuning, select that. Then they have given multiple options: supervised fine tuning, vision fine tuning, direct preference optimization. Since we are selecting direct preference optimization, just click over here and then you will find all the documents which are related to direct preference optimization. So you can also see that there is a simple object structure available over here, which I already showed you, where input, message, user role, assistant role, and then preferred output, and then non-preferred output. So with your own data, you have to prepare your data set in this format. So since I want to tell about myself and about my channel, so I have prepared a small data set. In case if you want you want about your organizational data, you may require to give a huge large data set to be provided for the better output, right? So now you can see that the files are validated successfully. In case your file is not following a proper format, what it will do is, if you can see that failed format, it will say that job failed due to file format error. So since it is file format, there are no errors in the file format, it is started fine tuning job. So it will take so much time. Let me see, already fine tuned. Yesterday I have fine tuned one model. You can see that it almost took me I think couple of hours with only 25 example data set. If you have a large data set, it may take some more time, right? So I have for this video I have already fine tuned with same data with a model name, output model name called test auto AI. Before testing this model, let me go to the n8n first. Go to n8n. I have hosted n8n over this domain. What I'll do, I'll create a workflow. Take a input trigger. I'll take chart input trigger, and then select an AI agent. Correct? AI agent. So click on AI agent. So since I have taken chart input, keep the all settings as it is, and then you have to provide a chart model which acts as a brain to this AI agent. Select the chart model. Since we are doing with OpenAI models, let me select OpenAI chart model over here. Now you can see that this is my OpenAI account which I have used in my OpenAI platform. Same account I have used here. Make sure you are using same OpenAI account here itself. If you use different accounts, the fine-tuned model may not listed here. And then in the list, if you see, I have several models are available, and you can also see that some models starts with FT. FT means what? It is fine-tuned model. Fine-tuned model, right? So first let me select GPT 4.0 mini, and then I'll show you. I'll ask some questions. Let me ask, who is Naresh Kumar? Who is Naresh Kumar? So there is a high chance that model will give wrong answer, because model may not be having data about Naresh Kumar or Auto AI learners, correct? So let me hit enter. So you can see that there are many individuals named Naresh Kumar, as it is a common name in India and other countries. Without additional context, it is difficult to specify which Naresh Kumar you are referring to. He could be a politician, an athlete, a businessman, an academic, or a public figure in another field. If you have a more specific information or context about Naresh Kumar you are interested in, please share it and I can provide more detailed information. In nutshell, what it is telling, it doesn't know any information about Naresh Kumar and which Naresh Kumar you are talking about, right? So this is how a model is working like this way. Now what I will do, I will select a fine-tuned model, right? So we have fine-tuned one model here already with the same data, and the model ID is this one, FT GPT 4.1 mini test auto AI. This is the model ID, right? Now what I will do, I will select this model. I will select this model in n8n. Go here, go to workflow. Instead of 4.40 mini, what I will do now, I will select fine-tuned model. So this is the model ID I am it is showing in my dashboard, correct? 4.1 mini 2025 test auto AI. Just select that model. After that, what I'll do, I'll give some sample temperature. Since model has to get the data from my data set, so what I will do, I will give sample temperature as a 0, sample temperature as a 0, and then go to AI agent. Then here I will select a system message. System message, what I will do, whatever the message I have given here for the system message, same system message I will provide. Same system message I will provide, and then now done. Let me test the fine-tuned model whether it is fine-tuned properly or not. Just type now, who is Naresh Kumar. You saw the earlier answer, right? Now see what answer model, fine-tuned model will give. Just hit enter. Yes. Now you can see that it is clearly talking about me. Naresh Kumar is the creator and host of the Auto AI Learners YouTube channel. He focuses on providing tutorials and educational content related to artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and related technologies. His videos aim to help learners understand complex AI concepts in a simple and practical way. Right. So what we have achieved in this video, a general model doesn't have any knowledge about Naresh Kumar or Auto AI learners. Even though it has a knowledge, model will confuse which Naresh Kumar we are referring to. But after fine-tuned, we have tested that who is Naresh Kumar, and model is clearly identified the data which we provided in data set. So let me take you to the data set, what it is referring to. So in our data set, there is a question about Naresh Kumar. So there is no direct question. Then what it is there? There is a question about who founded Auto AI Learners, and data is about Auto AI Learners was founded by Naresh Kumar, who says automation developer who builds all artificial intelligence stuff and all. So we can successfully conclude that our model has picked the data from trained data set, right? So this is about how to fine tune a OpenAI model and access it in n8n, right? So I have keeping lot of efforts to make these videos. In case if these videos find useful, please hit like button and then subscribe to the channel. Please don't forget to comment. Thank you so much for your time.